the root end, that's actually where a lot of the kind of potency of the onion kind of lives. So it will help actually reduce the tears that you end up crying. Freezing the onion, that doesn't ever seem to help, but it's really not bothering that root end that helps the most. So I went across with my palm, then I went one direction, and now I'm just going to go the other direction. You notice it stays together because that blossom holds it. Sorry, that root holds it, and the onion just naturally dices. Okay, and then this part you just throw in compost. So, again here, sideways, sideways. And the closer you bring the lines in, so the tighter you make the cuts, obviously the smaller the dice of the onion. So that was a pretty small dice. Just got a little. I was the chef at Indiana State for 3 years, and I fed about 4,000 students 3 meals a day through the dining halls, which was really on the other end of food where I am now. I transitioned then into Basler's as their executive chef for 2 years. I kind of managed their deli and helped prepare them for their overhaul and renovation, and then finally decided that when I hit 30 I was ready to own my own business, so that's when I left and branched out and doing my own thing. So I've seen sort of all ends of the cooking spectrum, but this is by far the most fun, just doing small batches. I've got cilantro, fresh cilantro that I've just kind of ripped off. I don't know if you saw that. I'm just going to bunch it together and roll it like a cigar and just run my knife through it one time. Add them any color. I've got 3 of these kind of baby peppers, red, orange. Trim the ends off. Just going to cut those in half, cut them down, and really I'm just cutting these for salsa size. You don't have to be precise. Okay, just going to stack them together. Really, in order to be efficient, you have to learn to stack vegetables. That helps. Let your knife do one motion, go through multiple cuts at one time. So there's a lot of stacking and bunching in prep. Just running my knife through these quickly. Have it tonight, just so it's not too spicy. We'll save that for later. You notice I have gloves on. I would suggest getting gloves at a food service supply store. They're great for cleaning up paint or really anything, but also for times when you have jalapenos or you're dealing with chicken, then you can just quickly pull them off and not have to worry about getting anything contaminated or getting bit. And I find that these are easier to split in half, and then I cut them into long planks that will stack up. And again, it's all in stacking, so I've got those cut in planks. I've got a flat surface now to work on. I cut it across, sideways. Again, same thing with the onion. You're just kind of making multiple cuts so everything stays together. I did bring the smallest cutting board I could find. Keep cutting here. It's really easy. You notice it's still raw, but it's peeled, and it's really nothing on it, so it's pretty easy. With the husk on? With the husk on. Yep, fresh sweet corn right in the microwave, no water. You don't have to do paper towels or anything, just microwave it for a minute. A minute per ear. So I did 5, so I did 5 minutes. And then serrated knife, just go right down the sides. It just comes right off. Now this is raw, fresh sweet corn, so it's really refreshing. Okay, I'm just going to cut that off the husk. It's a great American novel, and that didn't happen, so that's how that goes.
The next Great American Meal.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I like that thing. Cumin, salt, and pepper. And the cumin just kind of gives it the classic kind of salsa taste. Little lemon and lime juice combined. You can use either or. I probably would choose fresh lime juice if you could. We use a blend in the kitchen because it's kind of a balance of higher acidity and lower acidity. And then some honey. You can sweeten this however you'd like. You know, honey is probably my favorite way to go. You can use a sugar substitute if you'd like, or just anything to really just add some sweet to the already pretty sweet corn. Here's here for this group. Okay, now the fun part. I've got to double check make sure I have all the ingredients in. Clean gloves. I'm just going to go in and kind of pull it apart and toss it together and let it marinate. And it instantly just smells so great. It smells like fresh lime juice and cilantro and a little bit of cumin and honey. And you notice it's really vibrant and pretty, and this will hang out in your refrigerator for a week if you let it. It starts to get a little bit soft, which can be good if you want to serve it over fish. this is just great as a dip.
Is there anything you could use other than cilantro?
Yeah, you could leave it out. I would maybe substitute something like parsley or green onion, something just to give it a little bit of fresh green. You know, I know cilantro is like 50-50. Some people love it, some people hate it. And that's something actually genetic, believe it or not. As I looked into this, but it's really like 50-50. Hit or miss. So.